Hey guys, Josh here from the Sunshine Tribe. Hope you're all doing well. I just wanted to share something with you today that I think you'll find really useful. I was having a conversation with someone in our community just yesterday, and I introduced this concept to them, and they found it really useful, as I did, and I thought that all of you could probably benefit from it, especially as we're embarking on a new year, and obviously we've got big plans, big ambitions, and we probably want to do things a little differently to find that little success that we're after. So I call it my circle of focus, and a bit of background I guess would be useful. When I started my tour business, in the first year, 2 years, maybe 3 years, I found that I spent a lot of time really hustling with no sort of plan or vision or strategy. It was just a case of getting up every day, working my backside off and hoping that that was the day that brought that breakthrough. And as I got tighter, sort of more overwhelmed often, I found that I'd revert to sort of easier, shorter tasks just to kind of feel busy like I was doing something, but nothing that was really meaty, chunky, that was going to take me that next step further. Those big, meaty, chunky tasks that are going to take you and your business that next step further to where you want to go. So my first business coach introduced me to this concept, and it's something that I've used, I used all the way throughout my time as a tour business owner, but I also use in my business today, the circle of focus. So what it is, now I've recreated it here on this piece of paper, but this would sit on my whiteboard in my office. It always sat there. 7 years in business, the circle of focus was on a whiteboard in the corner. And so it was always the same, a circle, a wagon wheel. Now, yours may differ in the sense that you might have 6 sections, you might have 8, 10, whatever it is, but that's not really important. What it is for the idea is for you to load it up with all of those really big chunky tasks. Those things that don't take a day or 2 days. They take some time to really master. But you know that your business needs them if you're gonna take it to that next step. To find that level of success that you're after. So a bit of an example of some of the things that I may have had on my circle of focus on my whiteboard. So we've got here a new booking system, implementing a new booking system, recruiting 5 new tour guides, getting them trained, running profitable Facebook ads, i.e. the point where your return on investment becomes greater than the outlay on the ads. So which obviously takes some time to master. So running profitable Facebook ads, identifying 2 new international markets and actually going through the process of identifying them right through to actually generating sales or tour bookings from those international markets, building out an operations manual, updating your current operations manual, and identifying 2 fruitful local collaborations. So here's an example of some of those tasks that I would have on my circle of focus. So essentially what it involves is simply this: choosing a task, 1 task at a time, mastering that task, and then kicking it out of the circle. So it goes out here. So once you grab it, as a small micro business owner, it's going to be most times for most of you, it's going to be you that's tasked, with the responsibility of mastering that particular task. But once you master it, the key is for you to kick it out of the circle and replace it with something else. So when you kick it out of the circle, it's either done, it's mastered, and it's implemented, or you're simply delegating it. So you're outsourcing it or delegating it. So that is your goal, to pick a task, 1 task at a time. So you're not getting that sort of scattergun approach. Master it, and then kick it out of the circle and replace it here with the next task, the next big meaty task. So the circle of focus is constantly changing, 1 task at a time. You're choosing something, you're mastering it, then you're kicking it out of the circle because it's being implemented, or you have mastered it yourself and you've then been able to train someone and delegate it to someone or outsource it. So that's the way it works. And I found it immensely valuable, and I still do today in my business, the Sunshine Tribe, to really take your business forward as quickly as possible, knowing what that next big, meaty, chunky task is that's going to get you that next step further along the path. So the key, the really big key for me is the ability to actually implement it once it's mastered, and more importantly, to delegate it, because you can't be the guy or the girl doing everything. You've got to be able to delegate those tasks so then you can move on to the next big, meaty, chunky one that you can master, which is going to have a really profound impact on your business. So that's what I recommend for any of you that are kind of struggling to really break through, to move away from that kind of scattergun approach where you're doing a whole bunch of stuff but not doing anything particularly well. Get the circle of focus up on the wall of your office, your whiteboard, somewhere where it stays permanently, so you can see what it is that collection of tasks that are going to take your business forward, and which one that you want to really zero in on at that particular point in time. So hopefully you found that useful, guys, and go and get them today.